Good afternoon, everybody. It's Max Convexity. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing all right. I'm going to try a new show today. We're going to do a YieldMax and RoundHill report. Hopefully it'll turn into a daily report. We'll see. All right, so let's do this. We have YBit killing it, obviously. We have Sky killing it, outperforming Square. Airbnb, ANBY killing it. Abo getting all the upside. MRNY getting almost as much upside as the parent. Tesla beating the parent. Coney beating the parent. Nice job, Coney. Now, Coney has call spreads on also, so that's contributing to the beat there. Now, AMZ is not beating the parent, but AMZ does have call spreads on as well. OARC is beating the parent. GUI has call spreads on and is beating the parent. Zomo is in line. SNOI is beating the parent. MSFO is beating the parent. JPMO is beating the parent by more than double, and they have the call spread strategy. Uncapped upside. Nice job, JMP or JMPO. All right, so let's see what else we have here. You can see some of the ones that are underperforming are down here. AMD has call spreads on, but AMD and AMDY are pulling back. Same thing with Aptly. Aptly has call spreads on. We're going to look at the ones that have call spreads on in a second, but yet they're pulling back a little bit. Call spreads can't make the market, can definitely not make the market behave, right? The market's still going to do what it's going to do. All right, so here's the stocks right now with call spreads. We have AI, which is AIYY. The stock goes to AI, and the spread is the 23.5 is short and the 24.5 is long. Okay, these are the prices they got. Right now, this spread sits about 4.5% out of the money. When it was put on, it was 5% out of the money, 4.98. The only one where the spread is actually in the money is the JPMO. Let's look at that real quick. I've also put these in. I put some of these in option strat, but not this one. But we'll just do this one. A realistic profit and loss graph that simulates the profit and loss graph on this trade. But you can see once we got over the bought strike, which was 205, the rest of it's pure profit. And it's making money on a one-to-one basis, just as if it was a stock, purely uncapped for however many shares they're using. And that's represented by how many contracts they have. If they have 100 contracts, it'd be 100 times 100. So if they had 1,000 contracts, it would represent 100,000 shares. Okay. All right. So AIYY is uncapped. AMD is uncapped. AMZ is uncapped. Here's the Amazon uncapped right here. We've already put it in there. It looks like this. This is the profit and loss graph at expiration. You can see right now they're squarely in the area where they're making profit, but it would have to go up. Amazon would have to go up past 192.5 to start it, but then to start getting one-to-one return just like a stock. But then past that point, it's one-to-one return just as if it were a stock. We're throttled until then. We pay the price until then. However, the good thing about these trades are you can see if Amazon goes nowhere, this trade still makes money. Amazon doesn't have to go up for this trade to make money. That's because it's theta positive. And if Amazon goes down a little bit, this trade can still make money. So it has a buffer on it. So that's how theta positive trades work. Here is what the profit and loss graph looks like right now. So you can see during the week when you do a trade like this, earlier on in the week, the profit and loss graph is also basically 1-to-1 like a stock. This is kind of a hack that they figured out, and I've just been realizing this when I looked at option strat, because they don't always hold it till the close. They hold it till about halfway. If you just use it for the first half, it's basically stock, right? It's basically stock. You just want it to go up. And, and then if lots of times they roll into something, they roll it after that, or sometimes they let it expire. But oftentimes what's happened is the price has moved. And once it's moved up, then it doesn't matter. Then they can let it, but this shape right here, this very distinctive shape, you don't see this till the end. Halfway through, it just basically is like playing stock. So this is a great hack to basically play the stock market, but also earn a yield, earn an income. And or you could look at it as earning an income, playing the stock market, doing covered calls, whatever, without hurting yourself too bad, like normal covered calls can have a tendency to do. A normal covered call, when you do it right, you want to get called away every time. That means you're picking the right stock, and it means you're maximizing your gain and stuff. But it's frustrating when that happens, because all your good stuff gets called away. Also, then if you do it with a bunch of stocks, you end up bag holding all the bad ones. It can also have a bad effect on your portfolio. I'm sure that's happened to you guys before, and it's happened to me many times. But what YieldMax is doing, I think, is trying to monetize the good parts of the covered call, and this with the call spread is really a good idea. So let's see what else they have. So they're also uncapped on Coney. They're Coinbase. They have two spreads on that. They're also uncapped on Google. The JPMO is the one that's actually in the money, which is great. It's, we looked at that one. MRNY. Now let's look at this. We can look at it this way. I have another way to look at it. We're going to start looking at it on a daily basis like this. So I put the call spreads on here as well. So top line is the max profit, as always. Bottom line is the break even. So what do we have? We have JPMO. That one's going well. But notice that was a great place to do a call spread, because it was right here under the Bollinger Bands. And, and it was a lot of people use the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, and they look for turnarounds down there to try to go back the other way. Well, anyway, so I can totally see why we're in call spread territory down there. Now let's see if they're all like that. Is that the way Jay does it all the time? So here's AMD. He's also done a call spread on AMD. Now it hasn't got in the money yet like the other one. AMD's actually pulling back today. I switched it to daily bars so we could get a little more perspective on the daily bars. AMD's pulling back, but this one has also recently made a bottom here. Although I'll also have you guys notice AMD's trading under the 200-day and has been under the 200-day for a while, which a lot of people say is not a great sign. But on the other hand, though, it is bouncing hard, so it's in the middle of a major bounce. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon is kind of the opposite, because it's on top of the Bollinger Bands. It's not like, it doesn't look like this, anyway. So that's a little bit of a different look, but Amazon's always a great one to have uncapped upside on. Let's look at AI. Now this one right here made your classic, bottom turnaround. Hopefully We'll see. It made a lower low, but we'll see if it can hold. This one's also under the 200-day. A lot of stuff's under the 200-day. I'm not saying the 200-day is anything magic, but but generally it's more bullish to be on top of the 200-day. All right. So what else do we have in this YieldMax universe? Do we look at so MRNY? All right, now that's a classic place to have a turnaround right there. I mean, it made a double low and turned around. I mean, hopefully we'll see if that holds. But anyway, they have a call spread there, and the bottom of the spread's underneath the last low. So, technically that should be good. We'll see. We'll see if that low holds. PayPal. PayPal's no turnaround candidate. Let's see. So that one, they sold the 70 and bought the 72.5. All right, well, there it is. So they're almost at max profit there. They've recently, hopefully, made a low and bounced off lower Bollinger Bands. And they're going the other way. We'll see if that one holds. What else do we have to look at? Sky Square. Let's see how that one looks. Oh, no. Okay, I've already drawn this one. And their profit box, they have a little bit further to go before max profit, but it's not too far ahead. Sky is actually gapping up. Sky has went and hit bottom Bollinger, made a turnaround, is going the other way, but it's now on top Bollinger Band. So we'll see. But today it had a gap. Gaps are, if a gap holds all day, it'd be a bullish sign if that gap holds. Not a huge one, but. All right, so let's see what else we're looking at. Aptly. Let's see what Aptly looks like. Okay, well, look at this one. This one's definitely under the Bollinger Bands. If you're trying to play a turnaround and you think it's going to be like this, or even like this, where it at least turns around and goes back to mid Bollinger Band, we'll see. Now let's see what strikes on Aptly. They 220 and they did two strikes. They bought two different strikes. They bought the 222.5 and the 225. I averaged it. That's why I put a number that's not really a number. I don't know how to handle it. If they keep splitting strikes, I'm going to have to probably figure out a different technology. This is just an idea. But anyway, okay, but we could get a good representation on what we're looking at as far as strategy. Yeah, that's a good representation of what these managers are looking for. Top line is max profit or above. Top line or above is max profit. So these strategies are bullish strategies, but if they could get anywhere in there, that would work too. And really anywhere, even if they go down, they still make a little bit of money. So we'll see. That's Aptly. So now let's see if we've covered all of them. AI and AMD. Did we cover those? I think we did cover AI. What about AMD? Yeah, we covered AMD. All right, so let's see what else we have to cover. Now we need to talk about RoundHill dividends. So I'm making some technology on RoundHill dividends, and what I'm studying is I'm studying the volatility at the open versus the volatility at the close. The volatility at the close, the single day volatility at the close, is the volatility that YieldMax uses or that Defiance uses. RoundHill uses the AM volatility. So anyway, I'm building a formula to try to predict RoundHill's dividend. I've made a couple of charts on it. Let me show you my chart. My latest guess is 35 cents. I don't quite have it mechanized yet. I'm still making it manually, but I do kind of have it mechanized. I can show you here. Let's see. Okay, well, here's a chart. So, all right. The red line is the single day morning volatility. Okay, this means that this one right here means on this morning, volatility was trading at a 21. VIX, think of that as being VIX at 21. On August 5th, the day the market pulled way back, single day vol was trading at a 40. Now, I know VIX, you hear VIX went more than 60. Yeah, VIX is 30-day vol, and it did hit more than 60 for a little bit. So, but single day vol, I guess, hit 39. So, but then you can see single day vol come back down. Well, the orange line is a 7-day moving average of single day vol, because that's what RoundHill is doing, is paying you for the past week. So I just chose 7 days kind of arbitrarily. But anyway, it's just a way to kind of smooth out the highs and lows, something, so that, the moving average went up to 26 or so. Then the moving average is down here around 11. Whenever times are, whenever it's quiet, the moving average is less than 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, whatever. Whenever, it's crazy, the moving average is 15, 18, and even more. Whenever it's really crazy, it's more than 20. But lately, it's been about 15. So we'll see. Now down here, I know it's hard to see. I need to figure out a way to fix the scale. I have the last dividend. So right here, the dividend was 33 cents. There it was 31 cents. There was 26 cents. Here it was 39 cents. You can see a little bit there that it goes up, and you would expect it to go up with the volatility. And sure enough, that was the highest the dividend ever was right in there. But then as volatility comes back down, the dividend's coming back down. I'm saying 35 cents, I think, is my guess. Yeah, I'm calling it a guess right now at this point. But I also have an electronic guess. The electronic guess is at 41 cents. I just don't think it'll be that high. My algorithm's looking at it. It's saying 41 cents. I'm saying 35 cents. I think declaration day is Wednesday. So I'll figure out before declaration day, I'll figure out which one I'm going to go with. But anyway, okay, so that's RoundHill. That's just another way of looking at the same chart. It's a 7-day rolling average of the morning volatility. And that's how RoundHill pays the bills, with the morning volatility. So we'll keep looking at that, see how that's going. Hopefully you guys like that as well. In case any of you guys have Defiance, the dividend for JEPY is going to be 243, which is 67%. That's not bad. The dividend for USOY is going to be $1.09. The dividend for Triple QY right now is going to be 254, and we're about halfway through the month. So I mean, it might be close to 254. Dividend for IWMY around 297, which is 97%. So that's not bad, right? Now let's see what else we have to look at. Okay, here's the buffer report for the index stocks, in case anyone has any of those. It's a quiet day in index land. SPY's down just a little bit. JEPY ruling the day. iSpy's broken, so don't even look at that. JPY is up the most of the ones that are working, and KQQQ is doing well too, as is QDTE. YieldMax is actually doing the best. Okay, now the Russell is up more But look at IWMY catching all the upside. Russell up 93 bips, IWMY up 83. That's really nice. IWMI is also catching a lot of upside. Great job. RYLD, not so great. Of course, YBTC and, those things are always good. Let's look back here at the single names. Now, I arranged these from left to right, and the ones on the left are the ones that are working the call spread strategy. So we can see, like with JP Morgan, it is actually working out. Where they're outperforming and working a call spread at the same time, as is Google. Although some of these are working a call spread and not outperforming, or even working a call spread and underperforming. But this is just one day's rate of change. So we'll keep an eye on this as well. All right, guys, I hope you guys like this. It's the new YieldMax report. So we'll just try to keep it to YieldMax. And I'll mention Defiance, but probably just the dividend estimates, just the facts. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you all. Have a good day.